Good evening, everybody. This is XJ Superman from CherokeeTalk.com Jeep Forum. I was called out for a walk-around video of my 2001 XJ. I've dubbed XJLockednLoaded. Sitting on 4 inches of lift and 31-inch Cooper tires. It's not too special, but it is mine. My rusty green brick has taken me all over the Midwest and given me a lot of fits. A lot of things like death wobble and not running right, but it's a Jeep. I'm figuring it out slowly, but lately it's been taking me to work the last couple of days, so things are looking up. Summer's coming. Can't wait to get out in it a little more. Up top you can see my Smitty-built awning. It rolls out. It's actually really nice to have on camping trips or days at work or really anything in general. Even when I'm working on it, it's nice to fold that out and have the shade. Little Yakima roof rack. It's got a set of cheap Amazon LED pods in the back for reverse lights, so you can see the CV whip and the high lift jack. Typical roof rack setup. All mounts are custom made. They're mine, including the gutter mounts and the rails, which you can see follow very closely to the roof. There is clearance between those brackets and the roof that you see there. You just can't see it on the camera. There's about a 1/4 inch there. My film skills leave something to be desired. There's a better look of the gutter mounts. You can see very similar to ones that JCR Off-Road sells, a lot of other companies. But, yeah. Moving inside, I've got a little weather-tight box here with a set of kind of an electrical setup. You can see I've got a voltmeter, power switch, 12-volt outlet, and USB outlets. There we go. That lit up. See that? Of course, they don't get used a lot, so they're folding back up, but you can see we've got USB and 12-volt. That is on little spade connectors. I need to put a better plug on it, but I want that to be easily disconnectable for when it's in the way. Usually I tuck it up here inside the window in this kind of gap. We're sitting right next to my 30-inch spare tire, which has a bracket I made on it that's also going to be hard to see. But you can kind of see the quick clamps here. Just got my axe strapped to the spare tire. On the other side, we've got a 40mm ammo can with a 2-gallon air tank on magnetic feet that is stuck to the top. You can see those. There we go. That's got a gauge and a quick connect setup on it for connecting the air hose. That's usually hung on my rack here. Made that out of plain old shelf, I think. Some kind of Rubbermaid stuff, a lot of brands. Got a fire extinguisher tucked back there as well, right above my little velcroed in kind of utility bag. That was made by a small company. The guy's got a website of his own, but I think he also sells the bags on eBay or maybe Amazon even. It's been a great little tool bag. Moving up front, nothing too exciting. We've got stock dash with one-way lightings, green LED dimmable lights in the dash and down below. Also showing the camera for a second. set of switches I've got installed down here on the lower portion. Your basic flip-up safety toggle switches, LED indicators. On the working switches, right now we've got fogs and light bars and rear lights, as well as the onboard air compressor. Power outlets both work, and my factory fog light switch is no longer being used for factory fog lights. It has been rewired for the high idle switch. So I do have the high idle function tapped in on this one. Indicator works and everything. It's really kind of handy. Yes, that's a cassette tape in my cassette tape player. The CD doesn't work very well. The radio comes and goes, but the cassette player has never let me down. So right now, what do we got in here? The Bellamy Brothers, Greatest Hits. Mag light mount on the side. Nothing on the other side yet, but I was looking at a new mount recently that I kind of liked for everyday carry. Typical center console. Oh wait, that's full of cassette tapes. So's the front seat. Guess that's what happens when you listen to those. Up top, we got a Cobra CB mounted. It keeps communications open for me most of the time. Let's see here, up front, under the hood. Nothing too special, but we have moved a couple of things. We've got the coolant overflow bottle is moved over here, packed in this front corner, just in front of my AFE Power supposed cold air intake. The filter is easy to clean. It does a pretty good job for me. It's been in there for a few years. Don't know whether or not I'd do it again, but I do like that filter over the factory paper and air box. Unfortunately, this gets in the way some of the time, but it's not that bad. Recently replaced the fuel rail, and I'm on my second set of 4-hole Bosch 784 injectors. I do believe they help the Jeep run a little better. I'm sticking with them. We've got onboard air setup over here, and you can see, maybe you can see, squeeze back here. I've tapped into factory air conditioning compressor. This right here is the oil mister. Intake hose is coming from that air tube. See, that runs out of the compressor, runs through the standard condenser and lines, and comes back and jumps through a kind of a coil of copper tubing down in there. Comes back up to this manifold. I've got a regulator and gauge, followed by a coalescent filter to bring that oil back out of the system. We've got a manifold with a pressure switch, a couple of extra blocked off ports, and a quick connect. Underneath is the pressure regulator deal. I think that's a Buy-Air product. Pretty important to the system. Make sure you buy a good one when you do that. You can follow a number of write-ups online to do something like this. It works fantastic. I missed the air conditioning a little bit, but it didn't work beforehand, so here I am. Also, favorite mod on the entire Jeep is adding old hatch struts to your hood. Totally worth every second spent on it. No, it doesn't take that long. Yes, do it. Up front, lighting. Got a set of Wicked built lights. 20-something inch LED bar, 22 I think. Got some cheap KC lights, plastic covers that are actually hiding LED lights, also from Wicked built. Underneath, we've got your solid cover, which is guarding and Eat and True Track and 410 gears. That is all hiding behind the Beeley's off-road Heim steering that I'm running under the knuckle. I've got a Rubicon Express adjustable track bar in there, as well as a Barnes 4x4 steering stabilizer and my custom sway bar links. set of hand-me-down Tough Country coils. Helps the 4-inch lift, and Dose-Tech shocks on each corner. Get a better look at those sway bar disconnects. These have been awesome. They're quiet. They are seeming to hold up. They're very easy to disconnect. They tuck up out of the way. They're fantastic. We've got a Durango steering gearbox taped up here. Nothing special. And a Rugged Ridge drop pitman arm. Everything has been working pretty well on that since I welded the track bar bracket to the frame. I'm going to have to do some more unibody plating, I think, coming down the road here pretty soon. Dose-Tech shocks. You can also see the metal cloak adjustable lower and upper control arms with the Duraflex joints. These have been fantastic arms. The last I scored the Jeep RTI ramp was 860 something with stock fender flares and properly bump stopped. You can kind of see all those stack of hockey pucks up there. But yeah, that's been doing great. Let's see what we also coming around. We've got a factory skid for the T-case, which has nice advanced adapters SYE to a stock front Cherokee drive shaft going down to the rebuilt 8 1/4. Both axles, front and rear, were rebuilt by Quick Performance for me, and that just tucked behind that rear axle. That's my built, custom built skid plate, gas tank skid plate. That's tied in with a 2-inch receiver hitch. You can see my extended shackles here, part of my lift. Yes, that's a terrible shackle angle. No, I do not recommend it. Kind of a do as I say, not as I do. I really need to get relocators soon. I do have replacement leaf springs, just stock, with a full-length Rubicon Express. Add a leaf. Again, do as I say, not as I do. They're working great for me, I love them, but I would probably go a different route should I, or could I do it again. Another one of those beautiful shocks, and another matching solid diff cover. This one is guarding a Spartan Walker with 410 gears. Obviously that's front and back for the gears. And I think that's pretty much everything on my ugly, rusty XJ, but we each make them our own, and this one's special to me. Thanks, guys.